obesity prevention.
Good for you. Well, good morning, everyone. I want to say thank you for coming to today's South Jersey Moms Parenting Conference. I'm proud to be a part of it. My name is Dr. Michael Edmondson. I am a chiropractic physician. I've been practicing for 12 years. I have a Master of Science in Human Nutrition as well, and a diploma from the American Clinical Board of Nutrition. This is the country's only multidisciplinary, nationally accredited nutrition certifying agency. So our members are healthcare practitioners of all types. I've just been elected to its examining committee, which essentially means that I help to create the exams that physicians and other healthcare practitioners need to pass in order to obtain the diploma, in addition to their significant educational requirements. Today's workshop is not quite 40 or 30 minutes, honestly, so I'm going to go over it, and then if you have any nutritional questions that you'd like to ask me, whether it be about yourself or your child, I'd be happy to answer them for you. I'm so proud to be here today as thank you, as a parent myself. I know that you know, the difficulties of being a parent are many, but the rewards can be just as great. As you can see, this is me with my little girl Elsa, pointing to the Ben Franklin Bridge. Unfortunately for your children, Elsa calls it her Franklin Bridge. So, but again, I understand the difficulties and demands of being a parent, and so you know, I'm speaking today not just as a professional and nutritional natural physician, but also from experience with my 2.5-year-old. Here's what Thomas Edison said: "The doctor of the future will give no medicine, but will interest his patient in care of the human frame, in diet, and the cause and prevention of disease." This is the type of physician that I aspire to be like every day in practice. I'm at South Jersey Health and Wellness Center, which is just around the corner on Route 70, well, right off Route 70 on Green Tree Avenue. I'm part of the multidisciplinary team there. We have 4 physicians, 2 chiropractic doctors, 2 medical doctors. We also have a physical therapist, and the center is very large. We have a Pilates and yoga studio downstairs, and it's absolutely brand new. I can't tell you how proud I am to be a part of South Jersey Health and Wellness Center. In looking at Thomas Edison's vision for the future and caring for people in diet and care of the human frame, I'm here to talk to you today a little bit about overcoming childhood obesity. So what is obesity? What does it mean to be obese? Well, obesity is a term using your body mass index. It's just shortened sometimes. It's called BMI. And if your BMI is greater than 25, then you're considered overweight. If your BMI is 30 or over, then you are considered obese. And that's the medical term, and it applies both to men and women. And it basically includes your height and your weight. I left a couple of the sites here for both adults and children, for yourself and for your children. If you'd like to know if you're obese, you can go right to the site, plug in a few numbers, and it will pop out your BMI. This way you'll know whether or not you are obese or your child is. Some people say that obesity is not really the best way to measure, you know, your level of health. I don't necessarily disagree with that, but with regard to weight and health, another way to tell whether or not you are healthy or as healthy as you can be is by evaluating your waist circumference. That checks your body, your abdominal fat. It's another good indicator of your risk for developing heart disease. You have an increased risk if your waist circumference is over 40 inches in men and over 35 in women. So what's the big deal about obesity? I mean, is it really such a big deal? Well, here's some facts and statistics for obesity in children and adults that will show you it is a significant problem. Obese children have a 70% greater chance of becoming overweight or obese adults. That's the biggest problem, because we really, when you're trying to fight childhood obesity, you want to prevent adult obesity, because that's responsible for many diseases Being overweight increases your risk of all diseases, osteoporosis, sleep apnea, liver disease, pregnancy complications, heart disease, stroke, arthritis, cancer, and type 2 diabetes. In fact, approximately 70% of diabetes risk in the U.S. can be attributed to excess weight. So not everybody that is overweight will essentially obtain diabetes type 2, but it's a very strong correlation between the two. So obviously something that we need to pay attention to. And it's been verified regardless of your gender or race. So if you're male, female, black, white, Hispanic, it really doesn't matter, Asian, these numbers are the same for everyone with regard to BMI and with regard to relative level of risk. I mean, the fact here is, we are predisposed to many diseases, and they're all related significantly to obesity. And it's not only taking a lot of lives and causing many diseases, but it's costing us an absolute fortune. Being obese as a child significantly increases the risk of social and psychological diseases. As you can imagine, in the last 20 years, the rate of obesity has doubled, and in the last 40 years, they've tripled. 1 in 3 children, teenagers, are actually overweight or obese in our country. 1 in 3. Yes, ma'am. You can see here, obesity rates, how they're doubling. 1990, 2000, 1980, they were way less. What are the costs associated with childhood obesity? I think this is always important, okay, because, we're in the midst of a healthcare crisis. Everybody's concerned about rising rates of healthcare. Everybody's co-payments are going up, deductibles are going up, co-insurance. They're all going up, and obesity is an important part of it. Americans spend 9% of the total medical costs on obesity-related medical issues. In fact, Americans spend more on obesity-related medical issues than they do on smoking-related medical issues. That should smack you right in the face. Everybody talks about smoking, how important it is. But guess what? Obesity costs us more. Total direct and indirect costs from this work future earning loss around approximately $120 billion. That is an outstandingly high number. $120 billion. And we're all spending it. We all spend it. And it raises our healthcare rate. So what can we do? Well, it's basic, and these aren't things that a rocket scientist needs to figure out, and neither is somebody from the ACBN. We need to get active, and we need to make better food choices, and that's the difficult part. How do we do that? Well, hopefully some of the things I go over with you today will help you figure that out. Here's some benefits of increased exercise. It will help excel, help students excel in class. In fact, all these are based on recent studies. Kids that are more active actually get better grades. So that's a very important thing. Obviously, we want our children to be smart. Decreased susceptibility to injury, increased ability to heal if injury occurs. So, and I can verify that for sure. I see patients that have injured themselves every day in practice. And when you're lighter, when you have better balance, when you're a better weight for your height, then you're less likely to get injured. And the patients that are healthier with regard to their weight are the ones who get better quickly. It's way easier for you to heal if you have an injury. Probably type 2 diabetes. When you're the proper weight for your height, then your body is able to fight type 2 diabetes and monitor your blood sugar better, and that's the same for children and adults. Improves children's mood. That's just when you do exercise, it releases that happy hormone called endorphins. It makes you feel good. In fact, after only 20 minutes of activity for children, it showed that they were in a better mood, happier, and they felt better about themselves. Just 20 minutes of activity for children. Inactive children tend to be more aggressive and have more outbursts than active kids. And that's kind of a scary thing as well. Children that are active help cope better with stress, improves self-esteem, there we go. After only 20 minutes of activity, children report feeling happy and better about themselves. Active children are actually less likely to be bullied or abused, and it improves the child's level of independence. Active kids can do anything that they want. They can sit in the corner and feel better about themselves. And like I said, this is all based on recent studies. Overall, exercise helps your child to be in a better frame of mind, and by doing that, it helps them achieve all the things they want to achieve. Do better in school, make more friends, be social, and all of those things help your emotional level of health, which, as we all know, there's always an emotional component to any sort of illness that you may have, particularly chronic ones. How do you get your child active? Well, you have to limit computer phone screen time. And the way I say is limit it to less than 2 hours a day. If you've got an active teen and they love being on the internet and going to their favorite site, or they're big talkers and they like talking on the phone all the time, or they love this show, let them do it. But make sure they do less than 2 hours a day. And if you can monitor that, then that's great. You know, because your kids are going to have more time then to go out and do something active. Emphasize activity, not exercise. That's important. When you tell a kid, hey, do exercise, well, they don't really like that, you know? And if you tell a child, be active, let's go do this activity or that activity, then they're more likely to do it, way more likely to do it. Any motion is good. Try hide and seek, tag, or even jumping rope. Go back to the basics. Your kids, by being active, just by jumping rope, will help them maintain a healthier weight for their height. Believe it or not, they'll come in all sweaty and you'll know this is what you're supposed to do. But most importantly, set the example. Be active too. How are you going to be able to help your children and prove to them that it's important to be active and fight obesity if you're not active yourself? Your child will see the importance in what is important to you.